Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Strength Classroom. Today I'm talking about training to failure. I've talked about this before. It's an old video. I think it was late 2019. But today I'm going to talk about, and that video was about how training to failure can be bad. So the stress it puts on you. But I mainly focused on training to failure on big exercises, compound movements. Why that's a bad thing, to fail reps so often. However, today I'm going to talk about why training to failure can be good, the smart way to train to failure. And if you haven't guessed it, my old video was on big movements, so what's this video going to be on? Small movements. So think about it this way. You're doing a set completely to failure, where you can complete it, but it's really tough, or you just can't complete it. That was a set done to failure. Now, if you're doing that with, let's say, deadlifts, overhead press, squats, anything that is a compound movement, you're going to be using more weight than if you would, let's say, an isolation movement or a single joint movement. So it's going to be really stressful on your body. What do you think is going to be more stressful? A failed set of deadlifts using 400, 500, 600, even 700 pounds for the freaks out there? Or what do you think it's going to be stressful to fail on a set where you're using 80 pounds for dumbbell curls? I should have said barbell curls. No, not even close. So honestly, you should be training closer to failure with your single joint or isolation movements, because they're placing way less stress on yourself, your central nervous system, and it will take away less energy from you. So doing super high rep sets for bodybuilding, isolation work, whatever you want to call it, can actually be smart, because the closer you train to failure, the better. However, you can't do it all the time. So you're going to create a good response with these bodybuilding movements. So for example, I just started doing really high rep work with my neck. I try to do high rep work with anything that's single joint, because it's less stressful, gets more blood in there, I can train closer to failure, and it's just better for you in a nutshell. Would I do this with heavy compound movements? Absolutely not. Try the difference. Try a set of hamstring curls, go to complete failure. Try a set of Romanian deadlifts, and you tell me which one you need to rest longer for and which one beats you down more. I think the answer is obvious. So a great way to train to failure to get maximum gains would be to stop 2 or 3 reps short on compound movements. But when it comes to single joint movements, you can train much closer to failure. Think about it. When's the last time you've done a set of tricep extensions and have not been able to completely lock out your arms? Not without good form. I mean, literally cannot lock out your arms. So go ahead, try this. I promise you much more muscular and strength gains in the future. If you like this video, please click that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share the videos with friends if you think they'll like them as well. If you have a question for me, drop them in the comments. And as always, class is dismissed.